I will tell you when we are live. We will be live in a moment as soon as this thing gets going. Well, we're already trying to get live now, so.
Got the thing for my foot, that's all.
Okay, well, you get the thing for your foot.
Got the thing for my foot.
Good.
You spit in my coffee.
Should've. But I don't want nobody doing that to me. All right, let's get things popping. Record, headphones on. My headphone, at least. And we are ready to go.
This is Bruce from North Brooklyn.
What's up, Bruce?
And you are tuned into Truth It in the AM. Be prepared for some craziness. Let's go.
Hey, what's poppin'? Today is Monday, September 18th, 2017. Thank you for tuning in and logging on, and welcome to Truth It in the AM. It is your boy, Truth It, and I'm here to address any and all things when it's time to, and it's time to. Someone applaud me before I announce my co-host. At my side is my rib, as Kevin Hart would say, my wife. Give it up for Joy. Joy, how you doing? That's loud, huh? Yeah, it's loud. So we got a lot of stuff we need to talk about. First off, I'd like to say thanks to blogtalkradio.com. Also like to say thank you to Apple, who host Apple. They host the podcast of Truth It in the AM.
Oh, okay.
So thank you to them as well. And also thank you to YouTube now. YouTube, we had the most views on a video on YouTube than I've ever had.
One of these?
Yes, of one of these. So, and that was just this past Friday. It was a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot. No, it was in the hundreds. We up there.
That's cool.
So, we happy about that. But we got a lot of stuff we need to get into, so why don't we just get into it? There is another officer who was found not guilty in shooting of a black man. And now this happened in St. Louis, and now St. Louis is having all kinds of protests, unrest, riots, if you want to call it. It's not really a riot because it hasn't escalated to the point where you could call it a riot. It would be like a bootleg riot if you want to call it a riot. But they are very upset, and people are very upset, as they should be.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to say thank you to Facebook too, because all my Facebook friends that watch Truth in the AM, I appreciate you all too. So here's what happened. Let me walk you through what happened. There's a video that starts off with a man in a car, a black man in a car, who is getting chased by two police officers.
Okay.
In the car, one of the police officers in his dash cam video, because it records everything that's going on in the police car and outside of the police car, he says, "I'm going to kill this father." And the father replaces the real word that he used.
Yes.
Well, the listeners might not. Let me get to it.
I'm sorry.
All right, thank you. All right. So they finally catch up to the car. The car crashes. The police officers jump out of the car, and two police officers are there, and you hear in the background other police officers coming. The two men are looking into the car, and out of nowhere, one of the police officers shoots 4 shots into the car.
4?
4 shots. He shoots into the car 4 times. The officer claims that the suspect had a gun on him, and they find the gun in the car. Here's the thing. The gun did not have the suspect's DNA on it. The gun had only the officer's DNA on it, which means the suspect did not touch that gun. At least there, unless he wiped the prints or whatever. So if he didn't have his hands on the gun or he didn't touch the gun, why did the officer shoot him 4 times and kill him? Especially in the car during the chase, he's on tape saying, "I'm going to kill this motherfucker."
That I don't know.
So now people are upset, and rightfully so. And now they have started to peacefully protest. The protest was started peacefully. Hundreds of people got into the streets of St. Louis and started walking down the street, blocking traffic. I still don't understand it. To me, that's not effective to me.
No.
Protests in 2017, I think, is, I don't want to say stupid, but protesting in 2017 is stupid.
It can be, but so there's the 2 different sides, of course. There's the side of you want to block traffic and you want to get everybody's attention, but the attention that you're getting is negative attention. We're hating you as people stuck in traffic. I'm not really including myself in saying we as in the people stuck in traffic.
Okay.
And then you have the folks who are doing it the way that I personally would pay more attention and actually join in is the ones who are doing it rightfully so. They have their signs, they're yelling, they're I can't think of like the hell no we won't go, whatever they're protesting, whatever their terms are that they're using. But they're doing it in a march, in a walk. They got the permit. They have the right to. You have the right to protest, so protest. But don't make the drive. It's gonna make people late for work. They're gonna be mad. They're not gonna join your cause when they're mad at you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So if you're doing it with the permits, the rightful permits and all that fun stuff, they might actually listen to what you have to say. Unfortunately, that's 2017, is everybody's in a hurry and they want to get where they have to go, so they don't want you in their way.
All right, so St. Louis officer found not guilty for the murder of Anthony Lamar. That was his name. And now the protests and violence are about. Jason Stockley is the name of the officer. Of course, he's a white officer. He said in an interview after he was found not guilty, taking of a life is the most significant thing you can do. Like taking the life is an honorable thing. He's saying it like taking a life is something that you have to be able to achieve.
It's the most significant thing that you
yes,
can do?
taking of a life is the most significant thing you can do. He almost makes it seem like it's a positive thing.
I'm confused because I
taking of the life is the most significant thing you can do. That was his quote.
That's not true. Like, that's one of the worst things that you have to. I'm not a police officer, thank God, because I'd kill a lot of police officers if I was. They'd all be in trouble.
Oh, I kill a lot of people. I kill a lot of suspects. You think them officers are bad? I don't care, black, white. As soon as you talk back to me, pow, get shot. I don't have patience. This is why I never try. Right. This is why I don't. And I would tell people, do not give me a gun, because I'd be shooting everybody. There's people that live in my household that would get it for messing with me. So
I can't, like, that statement right there makes him look
like a douche.
Horrible. Like, obviously he is a horrible person, but that statement right there.
Allegedly.
Obviously.
Okay. Obviously, allegedly, he's a horrible person.
That statement right there it proves fact to the could be. It makes it fact. Like, who in their right mind says that?
Well, he makes it sound like it's someone graduating from college. Like, killing a person is like graduating from college. It's the most significant thing you can do.
It's very important in your life to kill somebody.
If you watch the video, after the police chase had come to a close, you can see the officer begin to shoot as soon as you can hear other police cars in close proximity. He had to kill him immediately before the other cops got there, or they'd be like, listen, what are you doing? He also conveniently does not remember himself saying, "I'm going to kill that mother father." And
So
it's
it was
on.
him and not the other officer.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
You did. There's video of him while driving the car saying, "I'm going to kill that mother father." You can actually
Well,
hear.
no, that was my one question.
Yeah.
Was it him or the other officer?
Oh no
that
no no!
said that?
It was him, but he's using the excuse of "it wasn't me." Now, wait. Let me just say the theme of "it wasn't me" is going to apply to another story today
Yes,
that we're
I
going to
know.
talk about.
I'm sure
So.
of it.
The
There's a
officer.
song about that.
Yes, there is a song about that. The officer did the right thing. It kind of did what Mayor of Worcester Joe Petty did. Just said it wasn't me. He said it wasn't me, and he got off on it. Well, he didn't really say it wasn't me. He said, "I don't remember saying it."
So, all right. So I'm in psychology class. So.
Oh boy, she's in psychology class.
So no, that's actually a very common thing for people who are guilty. I was talking to you about this the other day.
Wait? I need to take notes so I know not to do this when I'm guilty of something. What is it?
Of their brain tuning it out. They really probably don't remember. And trust me, I'm not defending this police officer.
Okay.
That when you do something tragic, and this is a big thing because you've now taken a life. It is a big thing.
Yep.
When you either are involved, you do, or you've seen, or you've been involved some way, somehow, your brain, it's almost like turns it into a subconscious type thing where you don't remember it until later on. Eventually it will come back, but it's still very soon, and you don't remember saying it. Like we've confronted people on certain things, and they say, "I never did that," and I was like, yeah, but you really did. So, like, there's proof, but they might not really remember it at this moment.
Right.
I'm not saying that he's not lying.
Oh, I'm saying he's lying.
I'm not saying that he's not. I'm saying that there is factual evidence that sometimes these things do happen. But I think he's lying.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But who am I? I'm just Joy.
He, a person with common sense, and anyone with common sense and half a brain can see that he is lying through his teeth. He also said, "I'm going to kill that mother father." He had every intention of killing him. Every intention of killing him. If he got the opportunity, and he got it.
So my question is why did he want to kill him though? Like, why?
Because during the chase,
Yeah.
the police officers, at the beginning of the chase, the beginning of the video first shows the police officers outside of the police car, and him backing his car up, almost hitting them, and then speeding off, and them not being able to stop them. So, let's not... We'll get to.
So he got angry because he almost hit their car.
He got angry because he almost got hit, and that's what officer. That's what that I would have shot him too.
I think I've said just in the past couple of days I'm going to kill somebody
Right.
on the road, but I didn't then go kill them.
Right. Stockley. Like I said, the DNA. Stockley's DNA was the only DNA on the gun. So, Anthony Lamar's DNA was not on the gun at all.
Are we thinking that he threw the gun in the car?
Yes, because so here's another thing in the video.
Yeah.
Once the car, because how the police chase stops is because one of the officers' cruisers hit Anthony Lamar's car, and then it crashes. They both jump out the car. Now, before facing the suspect, one of them goes to the back of their car and gets something out of the trunk. People are assuming, allegedly, that is the gun.
You can only assume the worst because of all of these things that have gone on.
Right.
Do you know, I wish that Blue Bloods was real, and that Tom Selleck was like the commissioner of every police station.
Of all the police officers, yes. But Tom Selleck on that show said some choice things himself. Yes. That made me kind of think.
No, you thought he said something, and we had to rewind, and he didn't say that you thought he said.
But how do you shoot a man reaching for a gun when he doesn't even have fingerprints on the gun? How do you know he was reaching for the gun, and you just shoot him 4 times? Police have a standard license to murder. They have a standard license to murder password, and that password is, "I fear for my life." Yes. How in a court of law can you prove an officer wasn't afraid when they did something? I can say I'm afraid right now, and good luck proving beyond a reasonable doubt that I'm not afraid right at this moment. I could shoot you and say...
I'm so afraid.
Yeah, I could shoot you right now and say I'm afraid. Yep.
I'm so scared.
Hey, but in a court of law, you'll get a therapist that says sometimes you do have a stone cold straight face and you still are scared beyond your means. We call that the deer in the headlight
I'm gonna
effect.
do the Andrea face.
Right. That's but it's what happens. With him saying I'm going to kill this mother father speaks to motive, it speaks to intent to kill, and they still didn't convict him, which is why people in St. Louis are frustrated and surrounding the mayor's house. This is what happened. During the protest, they went to the mayor's house, and they know, I know where the mayor lives too. If anything happens, I know where I'm going. So they surrounded the mayor's house, right? The protesters, they surrounded the mayor's house. And when you this is the problem with protests. Another problem with protesters. First, I think it's stupid. Another problem with protesters is when you have a large number of people and you have good intentions, you have to always account for 2 or 3 dummies.
You're always going to have that handful of bad.
That's going to ruin it for everybody. So what
Look
those
in the
2
house.
Yep. So what those 2 or 3 did, they took bricks and threw it through the mayor's window, and then that's when the police came in and they started shooting tear gas.
It's not a peaceful protest.
Yep. Now it's a police.
Because being human beings, when you get a large group of human beings here, there's always going to be a handful of folks that have the wrong intentions.
Yep, and the wrong intentions were there. So
and now nobody's going to listen to anything that these protesters have to say.
Right. So it was the police versus the protesters, and the protesters, the police started throwing stuff at them. The protesters, they threw a brick and broke one of the police officers' jaw. There was a lot of violence and stuff that went on. And then the protesters, they started walking down the street, breaking business windows, and it really got ugly. And to that I say, oh well, police, stop killing black people. But at the same time, I still think protests are stupid. I'm caught in the middle.
Protest so that people want to hear what you have to say.
Yep.
Once you start with the violence and stuff, it makes me say, well, I don't want to come down there because I don't want to get hurt, number one, and number two, I don't want to get arrested.
Right.
For something that if I'm gonna do wrong, then I'll get arrested. But for something that not you, but you're doing wrong, I'm not going to jail for you. I don't know you.
Look, I love you, but if the police come in here and start putting you in handcuffs, I'll help them. Look, give me my foot. I don't care. Give me something. Give me a nightstick. I'll help you officers arrest her. Anything that'll keep me from getting arrested myself, I'm for it. Even if that means you going to jail. But so how things like this are not going to change until there's some sort of justice. Until somehow police are able to be held accountable. You can't keep showing blatant videos of black men being murdered in cold blood, be it running away from police officers like Michael Slager and Walter Scott.
How did they find him innocent though? Like what did his attorney say?
It wasn't proven beyond a reasonable doubt. That's all. That Anthony Lamar was not reaching for a gun.
Okay.
So I mean, that's unfortunately the situation at hand. How much longer are people going to have to fill the streets and protest because horrible things like this are going to be done to them as a people? Now we got 3 nights of people getting arrested and injured, police officers, and everyone got an opinion on why the country is in the state that it's in. So far, there have been 80 arrests. 80 people have been arrested for this foolishness.
From this protest?
From this protest alone, yes, all of them. Idiots.
Now you said it was a peaceful protest in the very beginning.
It did. It started as a peaceful protest.
In the beginning of the show.
Yes.
And then what you're saying is it's not a peaceful protest at this point.
Well, in the beginning, it started off as a peaceful protest until the knuckleheads threw the bricks through the mayor's window. Then that's when the police and all their riot gear showed up, and that's when tear gas started being shot, and then standoffs with the people versus the police. That's when all these things happened. Like I said, the way things are going to change people is if you put people in office and you get people that to run that have your interests in mind. If you want to change the police, you got to do something. You got to get people in power to change the police. That's it.
Yep, we need to find. I don't know how it goes with the police going to court and stuff, but we need to find the person who will find that police officer guilty, because apparently nobody does.
Talk it to the mic, please.
Sorry. We need to find someone who's not afraid of the outcome of finding a police officer guilty.
Yep.
Because obviously they're not afraid of this outcome.
Nope.
So we need to find someone who's not afraid of being the new trendsetter, the one who says, "Listen, this is wrong. We're gonna fix it, and it's gonna start with us."
Yep. Until there is blue accountability, it's hard to see how these things are going to get any better. But we cannot ignore the fact that Anthony Lamar led them on a high-speed chase. He did something wrong.
He almost hit him.
He did something wrong. He broke some sort of crime for this to all start. Yes, the officer, no, he did not have a right to be killed, but in this day and age, if you know that you're going to almost run a police officer off the road or almost hit a police officer with your car, you have to know that your life is on the line. Is it right? No. But that's just the reality of it. So, don't break no laws. Don't get yourself in any trouble. When you get yourself in trouble, you put yourself at the risk of being killed by an overzealous police officer who feared for their life, who saw you reaching for a gun, even if your hands was in the air. You can't do it. You gotta knock it off.
And that has to change too, that "I feared for my life" crap. Because I can't even put it into words. It has to change. Because anybody can say it for no reason at all. Like, that's going to be their go-to, "I feared for my life." And when is it going to be like, when is the judge going to say, nope, I'm not buying it?
Well, please do not intend to break any laws unless you know that there's a good chance you are the next mother father that a police officer wants to kill. And that's my take on that.
All right, then.
So, in other news, Kanneka Jenkins. Do you know who Kanneka Jenkins is? She's the girl who was at a party in Chicago in a hotel, and she ended up dead in a freezer.
Can I just say, you asked, do you know who Kanneka Jenkins is?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't even wait a second for me to answer the question.
Well, I was afraid you were going to say, no, I don't know who Kanneka Jenkins is, and then I would have to say, are you sleeping under a rock? Like, do you have any idea what's going on in the world at all?
I do.
It's one of the biggest stories.
Yes.
So, she, Kanneka Williams, she's first seen walking through the hotel with several unidentified people at around 1:13 a.m., and she appears to be steady. 2 hours later, she's shown in the bottom floor of a hotel, where the kitchen and everything is, where the freezers are, falling into walls, looking like a zombie. She really was walking like a zombie. She had to catch herself on a railing a couple times, and somehow from that point, she ended up dead in the freezer. Between that and time, and they actually have the video of her walking in the kitchen too. First, it was assumed that maybe her friends had something to do with it, or that there was some sort of foul play. But that.
What kind of freezer was it?
It was an industrial freezer. Nope, an industrial freezer that has the sliding doors that closes the whole thing. A walk-in freezer.
Okay.
Like the meat locker almost.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I only asked because could she have brought her? I don't know the whole story. I just heard like the headlines.
Yep.
Could she have walked herself into this freezer?
Yes, and that's more than likely what happened. There's no video of her walking actually into the freezer that's been released. However, police say that they have an actual video of her walking into a freezer, but the public hasn't seen it yet. First off, the mother. The mother posted a memorial of her first in booty shorts with angel wings, booty shorts and angel wings. Then the mother posted a video of her daughter, who's 19 years old. Chicago.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. The mother has the video of her, a video of her singing with her standing in the front, her daughter standing in the front, and the mother standing in the back, right? And the daughter goes, "Have you ever did the splits on a?" And then she names the nether regions. That begins with a D. And then the mother, immediately, as soon as she says that, the mother jumps into a splits and says, "Yeah, how you think you got here?"
And this was all on her memorial.
And this is a video posted by the mother on her memorial. We got to do better as parents, people.
Yes.
Period. I don't care. Got to do better as parents. I'm not saying the mother's at fault for her being dead.
But the mother didn't set any good influences. What was her tox screen, did they say?
The toxicology report has not come back yet. They have done the autopsy, but the results are not back yet. You know, sometimes that could take weeks. Police in Rosemont, a suburb northwest of Chicago, said Kanneka Jenkins, 19, was last seen early Saturday, September 9th, at a party at the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel. Her family reported her missing later that day, and Jenkins' body was found in a walk-in freezer at the hotel shortly before 1 a.m. She's only 19, so if she had alcohol in her system,
that whole hotel is done.
If she had drugs in her system, not the hotel. Well, no, not the hotel. No, because the hotel can. How's the hotel supposed to? They can't check people for drugs when they come into the hotel.
I'm talking about the drinking.
They can't check people. How could they can't check people drinking when they come into the hotel?
Where was the party? Was it in a room?
It was in a room.
Oh.
Yep, it was in a room. So what has to happen is whomever rented that room out, you know, whoever's name it was under, they're going to be the ones that are going to be held responsible. They're going to be the ones that are in trouble. And if there's drugs, then they already identified 12 people that were at the party. And they all got some splaining to do. Mm-hmm. I just don't... I don't think it's... I think it's bad parenting.
Number one, I'm sorry. Even if our almost 17-year-old kid turned 19 eventually, she will. No. I mean, she's going to be away in college.
Not living in my house.
Exactly. She's going to be away in college. She's going to do her own. She's going to do some of her own things.
Right.
But if she's living here, no, she's not going to be doing that. Like,
yeah. Number one, she's not going to be making a video with me standing in the back talking about, have you ever did a split on a...
And I'm not jumping into the splits.
Right. No, No.
No.
I'm not doing no twerk videos with her. At least not seriously.
I was going to say, really?
So the last clip shows Jenkins stumbling through the hotel kitchen, which appears to be empty.
So she was intoxicated with something.
With something. Yeah. But
she was under the influence of something.
Yeah, but I mean, at 1:13 in the morning, she was walking fine. Like, no problem.
But how long does it take? Like, okay, so if you drink shots and you're only 19 and she was a small girl, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she doesn't have a high tolerance for a lot of clear liquors.
Yep.
You know, she's done. Or if she does certain drugs, you know, like they're not, like, it's not going to take hours to work. Right.
But there's some questions that have to be answered still. How did if she walked in the freezer, who closed the door behind her? Did she close the door behind herself? No, it's one of them freezers where you have to use two hands to open the door and then walk in. And then, you know, it's nearly impossible for you to use two hands close it behind yourself.
Is anybody else going in there with her?
So police say they have a video of her actually walking in the freezer, but the video they released only shows her walking in the kitchen, stumbling around in the kitchen. So,
where was the help? Like, why was she stumbling around in the kitchen and nobody was there?
She was someplace where she wasn't supposed to be. She took the elevator down to the basement where no one was. And remember, this is at 3:18 in the morning. This is at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hotel staff isn't, you know, they're not cooking. They're not, the hotel, it's not filled like that. So, no, I mean, what do you want now? Hotels have to have security for the basement because people might wander where they're not supposed to now?
There should be security. Like, there should be, if
a kitchen basement?
If the kitchen is closed, there should be some kind of detection.
It should be locked
if somebody
up.
Walks in. Yeah, I mean, I worked in assisted living, and when the kitchen staff left, there was a chain on the kitchen door with a padlock so that nobody could go in and touch the stove and burn. It was a liability thing.
Well, the police are not ruling out anything, and the sad part is that she was still 19 years old.
So if they're not ruling out anything, they don't have a video.
Well, in a news release, the Rosemont Public Safety Department said it was publicly disclosing all the video surveillance from the Crown Plaza Hotel that showed Jenkins the night of her disappearance. Jenkins' family has seen the surveillance video, the release said. Rosemont police spokesman Detective John Bellow said Holmes was shown portions of the video surveillance footage in the hope that he could help with the investigation, but Ballo declined to confirm Holmes' account of the video. On our end, we're not ruling out anything because we are using that footage to try and pinpoint what happened. So the mother allegedly saw the video too, and that's the mother's tune changed kind of. Now she's saying that the hotel should be held responsible. You just said the hotel should be held responsible.
They should, because they as a lot. If anybody can just walk into the kitchen in the middle of the night in a hotel, no, it should have been shut down.
It wasn't a toddler that walked into there; it was a grown adult.
Yep, and it could have been a thief.
Right, but you don't get held responsible. You can't get sued because the thief broke into
somebody getting a knife to go kill somebody. You know, it could have been anything. The kitchen should be either occupied for whatever reason or shut down and locked up.
Well, the police they did interview 8 who were at the party. They're looking for the 4 others. Police said they were also combing through hours of footage from 47 hotel cameras. Technicians were looking at videos related to the investigation. Authorities also handed over the attorney for Jenkins' mother and the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. So her mother also has all the footage. Martin and her attorneys said at a news conference Friday they had seen snippets of the surveillance video and not seen all of it. I also want to know what happened. I want to see all. I want to see her actually walking into the freezer and closing herself within this freezer and freezing to death. The hotel at least...
I don't want to see her freezing to death.
Well, I mean...
Yeah.
The hotel offered to pay for the funeral, so that's good to the hotel.
Because the hotel knows it's their fault.
Yep. At the end of the day, raise your kids, right? Raise your kids to not go to some party and get high on drugs and alcohol and stuff.
It wasn't a very poppin' party if there's only 12 people there.
Oh no, there was a lot of people at the party. And remember, this is also in a hotel.
And they're looking for 4.
Right. That they've identified. They couldn't identify everybody at the party. And remember, this is at a hotel room too, so you can only hold so many people. But there's video of the hotel party. That party was popping, but there was. There was, like I said, underage people, kids, parents got to act right. Parents got to do better. I don't care. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses. Parents got to do better. So, there's that story. The 80 arrests have been in St. Louis. We covered that. We covered the Chicago hot mom. And that's what she calls herself on her Facebook page.
What?
Hot mom. She calls herself hot mom.
How old is she?
Well, I don't know. She's the mother of a 19-year-old, so probably knowing this, she's probably 26.
If she's younger than I, because I'm old enough to have a 19-year-old. Shh.
Okay, so in other news, Kevin Hart is a hero.
No, he is not.
People are literally calling this man a hero.
His wife should kick him in his gonads.
People are calling Kevin Hart a hero because Kevin Hart came out and admitted that he was cheating. He admitted it.
He admitted it because she probably already knew and was going to make a stink about it.
Nope. Here's why he admitted it. He admitted it because Kevin Hart reveals alleged extortion attempt an apology to wife and kids.
Because the girlfriend was trying to get money.
He was caught on camera.
If she wasn't trying to get money, he probably
never would have apologized. Nope. And that, but still, people are like, oh,
not a hero.
Kevin Hart is a real man.
No,
Kevin Hart apologized.
No.
So here's what happened.
He apologized because he got caught.
Yep. Comedian Kevin Hart posted an emotional video on his Instagram Saturday night apologizing to his wife and children, claiming an unidentified person was trying to extort him over a sexually suggestive video.
And the wife needs to go beat her up.
Hart, 38, admitted to his bad error in judgment and specifically addressed the apology to his wife, Aniko Parrish. Now, before we continue, I don't feel bad for Aniko Parrish either. You know why?
She knew about it.
No, because Kevin Hart was married beforehand, and he left his wife. He left his wife for her. So turnabout is fair
and
play.
And what did I just say recently about this, about other people that we know? Once a side chick,
yep.
Always a side chick.
Yep.
There's always going to be another one.
Now, that's the reason why I don't feel bad. The reason why I do feel bad, at least a little bit, is because Aniko Parrish is expecting her first child with Kevin Hart, who has 2 other children, Heaven and Hendrix. I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I have a target on my back, Hart said in a post, and because of that, I should make smarter decisions. And recently, I didn't. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment, and I put myself in a bad environment where only bad things can happen, and they did. And in doing that, I know that I'm going to hurt the people closest to me who I've talked to and apologized to. That would be my wife and my kids. Hart said there were no excuses for his behavior and vowed to do better in the future. The actor then revealed a person tried to have financial gain off of his mistakes.
See, if he never would have revealed that, then he would look like a good guy.
Yep.
But the fact that he revealed the only reason I'm coming out and apologizing like this is because this woman is trying to get money from me for a video.
Yep. But I'm also not going to allow a person to have financial gain off of my mistakes. And in this particular situation, that was what was happened.
What happened?
Yes, that was what was happened. Well, that was what was attempted. Sorry.
Wow.
I said I'd rather fess up to my mistakes, Hart said. So, Kevin Hart's an idiot.
Yep. And he deserves a target on his back.
I don't care how many videos came out of me cheating.
Go ahead and just sing the song.
I don't care. It was you even caught me on camera. It wasn't me. I don't care how much incriminating evidence you have. You can have me on camera saying my name is Truth It, and I'm about to cheat. I will say no. Listen. You don't know what they could do with cinema photography right now. That was not me. I don't even know this woman. Why did Kevin Hart admit to it? Why? You agree?
No.
Listen, men out there, if you are listening, never admit to any of this foolishness.
Men out there, don't listen to my husband.
Listen. Don't get yourself, it's not worth it. Don't get yourself in any trouble.
Because when we find out, and we most likely always find out, it's going to be a lot worse for you.
Listen, it's not going to be a lot worse because it's not, I didn't do it. How can it be a lot worse if there's no it? I didn't do it. I didn't cheat. I'm not black. I'm not. I'm white. Prove it. Prove I'm wrong. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So don't admit to anything.
Don't listen to him.
Do not admit to anything. Do not admit to anything. The FBI reportedly is involved in the case now, according to TMZ. In August, Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Tori Hart, whom he has 2 children with, accused him of cheating on her with his current wife. Kevin Hart laughed off the claims by posting a series of videos on his Instagram stories. So Kevin Hart denied that he even cheated on his old ex-wife with his new wife.
So
he should have kept the thing going.
Let's just say Kevin Hart is going to cheat on her again. Come on, he has a pattern. He's going to keep on going.
If he cheated in the first place. So here's the picture. There's a picture of Kevin Hart with the side chick.
If he cheated in the first place.
There's a picture of Kevin Hart with the side chick. And the side chick.
Is she that much taller than him?
She looks. No, they're laying on the couch and he's laying on her shoulder. She looks very basic, by the way. If I'm a Hollywood star,
I got a good camera.
No, but right. Exactly. It's a blurry camera. Even more reason to say that's not me.
That could be you.
That's not me. That's not because I wouldn't cheat. That's not me.
Okay.
One of the people who could be the extortionist behind the Kevin Hart sexually explicit video contacted his lawyer and offered to take a lie detector test, but the comedian would have to write a huge check to make that happen. Sources familiar with the case tell TMZ the bizarre call was made recently by a person who apparently has some connection to the encounter between Kevin and the woman pictured above. The person who called Hart's lawyer did not say they would answer while hooked up to the polygraph, but said they would only sit for a 6-figure amount. We're told somewhere around $500,000.
So they'll sit for $500,000, but they might not say yes or no.
If I was a millionaire like Kevin Hart, I would have paid that $100,000 up and not cheat again. But I would definitely would not get caught.
He pays alimony. He doesn't have.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not gonna have it forever if he keeps up like this.
Well, the FBI is on the case and looking for them.
Because this pregnant wife, what's her name again? Onika? No.
Onika Harris. Or Hart now, because she got married.
So
she married him.
Onika decides, let's say, to divorce him. Now he's paying 2 alimonies and
Yep.
child support. He's broke.
He's not. Kevin Hart is not broke.
No, but he could be if he keeps up acting like this.
Well, there were actually several demands for Kevin Hart to pay up, and at one point the amount hit 8 figures. That was like $10 million. The FBI knows who the woman is and knows who the woman who interacted with Kevin, and they either believe she is the one who made the money demand or someone who got a hold of the iPhone that recorded the encounter made the demand. Either way, FBI agents think they know the identity of the culprit.
Now, Mariah Carey has a song that she says, put your phone and camera over here, and when I leave, you can take it back.
She does.
This is if this is how bad he's gonna be, he needs to make rules.
Right, but you that's why you shouldn't have gotten married.
But he shouldn't be cheating.
Right.
Yes.
Cheating is bad.
That's right.
No. But there's
Or
people.
just don't get married.
Right, but there's people who are actually saying Kevin Hart is a man's man because he actually came out and admitted to his mistakes.
Girls, right?
No, they're just dumb. You know, some people are just dumb fans. This doesn't make any sense to me. If he was really smart or if he was a real man, he would have just lied and stayed with it and kept his family together. Listen, we're tired of families breaking up. Aren't you tired of the divorce rate skyrocketing in this country?
Yes, but over things like this,
Hey,
could be
lie.
Could be another thing where he brings home a disease.
Listen, lie. Usher should have lied. All of them. Everybody lied.
Usher done cheated several times. It's like, come on. These stupid stars.
Yep. So he came out. He made the little extortion video. Apologized to his family. Apologized to his fans. He's so hurt, and he's.
Oh, cry! He's a victim now.
He's a victim.
Oh.
Really?
Let's play the little violin.
Well,
No.
There's a suggestive video too that I guess the video was released of him cheating on his wife. I gotta watch the video. So I think we've come to an end of Truthed in the AM. I hope you guys enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. We will see you tomorrow, same time, 9:30, and I will be here with the one and the only Trooper Joe.
Okay.
Why
Not
you
me.
shaking?
I have work. I won't be here tomorrow.
Shaking your head like, listen, nobody wants you here on Tuesdays anyways. I told you, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are the days that you are on the show. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Repeat after me. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. When we're going to be doing it, it's going to be Truth in the AM, so I'll have a co-host 5 days a week. This has been your boy, Truth It. I'll holla. Do you want to say bye?
Bye. Got nothing.
Got nothing.